morning mga ka-Tribune. Welcome to another episode of Straight Talk. I am Komfie Manalo. Today we will be joined by the Chief Information Security Officer of Union Bank to talk more about cybersecurity. Alam naman natin no, that the past 20 months or the past year have been very exciting sa digital economy ng Pilipinas. Although there's of course the challenge of the pandemic, the COVID-19, not only in the Philippines but globally. Pero the pandemic has been a boon to the digital transformation of all major industries and companies. In fact, because of the digital economy, we were able to stay afloat. No, in fact, marami tayong mga kababayan na nagtutong maging entrepreneur at nagtuloy-tuloy yung paglago ng ibang negosyo because of the digital age. Like logistics, yung food industries, even yung kahapon we talked with the owner of an online store, local online store, na lumaki yung negosyo niya. In fact, she said that her business grew by more than 400%. And sa Pilipinas, our digital economy grew by more than 300%. And sabi nga ng Google, naulitin ko rin, sabi ng Google, the digital economy of the Philippines is expected to reach $40 billion or more than 3 trillion pesos by 2025. And because of kakabal niya pag tumalago yung digital economy natin. Of course, yung threat of cybersecurity. Maraming scammers na nag-aabang na makapanloko ng kapwa natin na yun, unfortunately sa pag-boom ng internet economy or digital lifestyle. And but to give us more insight on how to protect ourselves from this cyber threats is Mr. Joey Rufo. Good morning po, Sir Joey.
Good morning, Komfie, and magandang umaga po sa inyong mga viewers.
Yeah, thank you very much for allowing us to be to have you as our guest today to discuss about the cybersecurity. So, first, let's give our viewers and our readers, because nga pala, everything that we will be discussing here will also be featured in our print newspaper. So, what is cybersecurity, Sir Joey, and how does it apply to the banking industry?
It's a very good question. No? So, simply put, cybersecurity is protecting yourself from the dangers of cyberspace. So, in the same manner, kung paano natin pinoprotektahan yung sarili natin sa physical world, kung paano tayo nag-iingat sa mga akit-bahay gang, sa mga magnanakaw sa kalsada, or sa mga budol-budol, meron din siyang equivalent sa cyberspace, right? It's how we protect ourselves, making sure that we are aware of such kinds of tactics, tsaka mga threats sa internet, so we can better protect ourselves. So basically, that is cybersecurity. And in banking, this is very much important kasi ano ba pinoprotektahan natin, di ba, sa physical world? We protect our valuables, our money, right? Our jewelry, kung meron man, mga appliances, anything that is valuable to us. In similar fashion, sa banking, we protect our money online, right? Lalo na ngayon, napaka-accessible. Maganda nga yung pagkakasabi mo kanina, it has been a boon to a lot of our kababayans, lalo na sa may mga SMEs na nakakapag-transact sila even in the middle of the pandemic. Kasi dati kailangan pupuntahan mo pa sa store eh. With the advent of online banking, it made it very simple and very easy for a lot of ating mga kababayan. And in similar way, it's very important for our kababayans to learn how to protect themselves, to protect their money, right, over the internet as they transact on a day-to-day basis.
And then it's more important sa banking sector yung cybersecurity because banking is a business of trust, di ba? And you want to engage in banking relationship with a bank who has a strong cybersecurity measures, di ba? So kasabi mo you are protecting your money and we are depositors or your clients are entrusting your money to the bank. So what are the common crimes that are involved in cyber security?
Maganda yung pagkakasabi mo about trust. We are in the business of trust. Without trust, there's no business, right? And for any bank to operate, and especially for Union Bank, that's why we value cybersecurity a lot. So we're taking this opportunity really to educate our customers and everyone really on the dangers on cyberspace. Ano ba 'tong mga dangers na to, right? So madaming uri, pero tignan natin ano ba yung mga pinaka-common. So yung pinaka-common na nakikita natin ngayon ay yung tinatawag na phishing. So phishing is kapag nagpadala sa isang customer, sa isang tao ng isang email na nagpapanggap na parang siya yung lehitimong institution. They try to look like your trusted institution. Right? Para kapag nagpunta ka doon, kinilik mo siya, ibibigay mo yung username, yung password mo, at saka yung one-time password mo. Ang mangyayari, pag binigay mo siya, kasi akala mo nga siya yung bangko mo, mapapasok na niya yung account mo. So madami siyang mga ganong variation. Meron ding tinatawag na, kung kanina yung phishing is via email, may tinatawag din na vishing. Vishing naman is in the form of a voice call. Ito yung makakakuha ka ng parang tawag na akala mo, sabi niya, ako po'y taga-bangko at ito po yung mga transaksyon. That is phishing. Ang gagawin naman niya, kung ganun din, kukunin niya, ma'am, pwede po pahingi po ng 6-digit code na pinadala po namin sa inyo para i-verify ang inyong transaction. Yun pala, yun ay one-time password mo. Ang isa pa is smishing. So kung kanina voice call, smishing naman is in the form of SMS. Siguro po napansin nyo over the past couple of weeks, naging sumikat po yung andaming nagpapadala ng mga text via, so sabi, maglagay po kayo sa WhatsApp. Yun po yung tinatawag natin na smishing. Try po silang kumuha ng mga informasyon sa inyo at sa uli para mag-deposito kayo ng pera o magpadala kayo ng pera para po kayo ay manakawan. Yan po currently mga pinaka-common na cybercrime na nakikita po natin ngayon. Lahat po ito ultimately leads to what we call an account takeover, where yung cybercriminal takes over your personality, your profile, and eventually, dito na po nila sisimulan kayong nakawan ng pera, or in the case of social media, dito take over naman nila yung personality mo over SOCMED.
Yeah, actually, I get that. I receive emails from my bank, no, asking for kailangan ko raw palitan yung password ko, o kasi merong somebody try to access my account, and then titignan and then yung sa heading, no, yung sa subject ng email, parang mukhang it was legitimate, but when you look at the email address, ang gamit Google is either Gmail or Yahoo, so that's red flag agad eh. So ini-ignore ko na lang 'yun eh.
Tama po yun. Talagang gumagamit sila ng mga So, magandang ginawa mo, Komfie, tinitignan mo kaagad yung email address. Kasi usually, pag sa bangko po yan, pag binuksan mo, in-expand mo yung email address, di ba po pag sa mobile phone, tinap mo yung screen mo, nakuha mo makikita mo yung buong email address, makikita mo, kapag phishing mail po siya, hindi po siya galing sa bangko. Minsan, weird na pangalan or kung sino mang website, baka mamaya Gmail lang din yung gamit nila, or kung sino mang institusyon yung ginagamit nilang platform para magpadala ng phishing email. Importante po yun, pati na rin yung website address. Para pag pinuntahan mo, sigurado ka.
Kanina na we've discussed na the pandemic has actually benefited yung ating digital economy o internet economy, na lumobat marami sa ating mga kababayan, particularly mga MSME, na naging mabuhay yung kanilang negosyo during the pandemic. But because of the boom in the digital economy, how did that pandemic change the banking system? Does the pandemic impacted the banking industry because of the boom in the digital transactions?
Yeah, what we've observed, so it was, I think not just for the banking industry, but it also really revolutionized everyone, right? Everyone was in a way. So fortunately for us, of course, for Union Bank, our digital transformation helped us really stay resilient and far more reaching to our customers during when the lockdown started, and even up to now, right? We're able to serve more consumers, more customers, even if they're not able to go to the branch. We can do banking at the comfort of our home, at the safety and comfort of our home. So that's what the ultimate benefit is, right? So madami po sa mga MSME natin nag-adapt din sa ganung kind of ability to transact. Kung kailangan mong mamili ng grocery, mamili ka ng mga online goods na kailangan mo in order to support, even yung mga medical equipment, nakita po natin lahat sila nag-shift towards online transactions. It made things a lot faster, better, and a lot more secure. Because again, you don't have to go outside, and you'll feel safer when you're transacting a lot of this from home. And this is also coming from me as a consumer myself, over the pandemic, ganun din po yung nangyari sa akin, di ba? Hindi rin naman po tayo makalabas, kailangan ko mag-grocery. So, may mga nag-allow po sa atin na para may mga SMEs, mga maliliit na kumpanya na nag-allow na makapag-purchase tayo online. So, malaking benefit po siya for the banking industry and then for a lot of customers. It really pushed the needle when it comes to digital transformation and digitization of a lot of the services.
And of course, in all these online transactions that that's going on and that went on during the pandemic, there's a banking transaction going on sa background. So yun yung tinatawag nating embedded banking, like when you use your credit card, when you purchase online, or when you use some of the digital wallets, merong actually yung banking transactions, diba? So that I'm sure that helped then the banking industry as a whole. So how does Union Bank ensure that each of your clients or bank accounts of your clients and your system are secured from any of the cyber crimes that you've mentioned earlier?
Sa bankos, we recognize the threat of cyber criminals, no? And fortunately, kahit po ang ating regulator, si Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, are very much up to date and very aggressive in addressing the risk of cyber crimes. Right, so sa bangko po, we've invested in technology, people, and processes to make sure that our bank remains resilient against this type of cyber attack. So meron po kaming 24/7 security and IT operation center which monitors round the clock kung meron pong mga cyber attacks, right, mga cyber criminals who are trying to attack the bank at any point in time. And meron din po tayong incident response team in case things progress at kailangan po nating resolbahin kaagad. Meron po tayong ganyan. Meron din pong nag-invest din po ang bangko sa mga disaster recovery facilities. In the worst case scenario that we have to go to a backup facility, meron po kaming mga sinetup ng mga data center for such an eventuality, right? So we made sure on the side of the bank, on the side of protecting our customers, we've implemented a lot of these controls, and we make sure that all of these remains up to date, and that we constantly communicate to our customers what are the things naman that they tulad po ng opportunity na to, we also constantly communicate din to our customers on educating them na remember, cybersecurity, it takes both of us, the bank and the customer, to make sure that we are fully protected. Through our education program, meron po kaming CyberSure, #CyberSure at #security starts with you. We also educate our customers on how to better protect themselves online. So habang pinoprotektahan po ng bangko yung banking facilities, yung kanya pong mga IT systems, mga kanyang mga digital platforms, tinuturuan din po namin ng mga customer through our social media, through mainstream media, how to equip themselves, be aware of cyber crimes para din po ma-prevent. Para po pag nakita na nila, tulad po ng example natin kanina sa email, alam na po nila, itatag ko na lang to as spam, delete, at hindi na po ako mapeperwisyo ng kung sino mang cyber criminal.
Tama naman, it's nice to know na ang cybersecurity is a shared responsibility between the banks, yes, and the clients, diba? No? Hindi naman pwedeng protektahan ng bangko. So, you have the facility, you have the tools to protect your system. Pero kung sa end naman ng clients o ng customers, lax sila and they provide information sa mga unscrupulous individuals, siyempre mabibiktima nga sila. So dapat is a shared, people or the clients themselves have to learn or understand the cybersecurity threats, and they have to learn how to protect themselves then. So the Union Bank is known as a trailblazer in digital innovations. And kahit sinong tananging competitor, they will always describe Union Bank as the leader in digital innovation. So what are the innovations that Union Bank has initiated to adapt to the digital technology? But before you answer that, we will take a short break.
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Chris masaya, pagsama-sama. Bong, yung naumpisahan ko, tapusin mo. Mga bagong highway, tulay, tren, dapat ma-enjoy na kaagad ng mga tao yan. Kailangan lahat bakunado at laging may ayuda pag kailangan. Huwag dapat makabalik ang mga drug lords para ligtas ang pamilya. Yung ginawa mong malasakit centers, maganda yan. Padamihin mo pa. Magkasama tayo. Tayo ang nagsimula. Tuloy-tuloy lang, Bong.
Boto mo to, Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Chris masaya, pagsama-sama.
And we're back. You're still watching Straight Talk. Joining us still is Joey Rufo, the Chief Information Officer of the Union Bank. Kanina, no, before we took a break, Sir Joey explained to us the importance of cybersecurity, and it is a shared responsibility between the bank and the clients. So while the bank has the obligation to protect its clients and by protecting its system against any cyber attacks or cyber threats, it is also the responsibility of the clients or the customers to learn and understand these threats that this is real, that meron silang exposure dito, and they have to learn how to protect themselves as well. But at the same time, we also left a question to Mr. Joey Rufo regarding the innovations initiated by Union Bank with regards to digital technology. So, Sir Rufo, what are the initiatives ng Union Bank sa digital technology?
Well, of course, number one, we're very proud of our online banking solution, or our Union Bank Online, for our retail customers, and then we also have the same equivalent for our corporate customers, which is the portal. We're very proud of it on how we've made it very accessible to everyone. Right, you can quickly download it from the App Store or from Play Store, again at your home, and you can open an banking account again from the comfort of your chair. Right, we use what we call this, biometric features for our know your customers, so we're able to check na ikaw talaga yung taong nag-a-apply for an online banking account. So nakikita namin, may mga test yan, malalaman namin na okay, totoong tao to, yung nag-a-apply, and we're able to skip it in our database, right? And mabe-verify namin ang KYC mo. So may mga ganun tayong proseso na naka-embed when you're opening a bank account. Ngayon naman, sa pag-perform ng transactions, right, aside from the normal, so yung InstaPay, we've made InstaPay and PesoNet available to all of our customers, right? InstaPay, ito po yung pwede ka magpadala ng pera kaagad, right, sa up to 50,000 pesos sa iyong mga kaibigan or sa iyong mga katransaksyon, mga MSME, may kailangan ka i-purchase. And then meron din po tayo yung PesoNet, para think of it, parang ito yung cheque, right? Where you can perform a lot bigger transactions and transact over it online, right? May one-day clearing lang siya, pero eventually you will get it faster, right? Again, as compared to going to the branch physically, right? Meron din kami nung panahon ng kasagsagan ng lockdown, right? We allowed for online remittances. Yung mga kailangan po magpadala ng pera sa probinsya, again, napakahirap po na maging mobile nung mga panahon na yon. If you recall, last year, mga April, May, right? So we made online remittance available. So we were able, a lot of our kababayans, yung mga kasama po namin sa bahay, nakapagpadala ng pera sa mga kamag-anak nila sa probinsya kahit po wala silang bank account. Right? Gumamit kami ng mga remittance partner. So a lot of it, basically, we made online banking very much safe and secure and accessible to a lot of Filipinos, really supporting the trust of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and Bank's trust really to provide banking to a lot of Filipinos.
Yeah, I remember those months, yung first lockdown, di ba? Napakahirap ng mobility. Kasi kami diretso yung pasok namin. So whenever I drive around along EDSA, siguro kaya kong bilangin sa daliri ko, sa isang kamay ko, yung dami ng sasakyan na dumadaan. At yung mobility was really a problem because napakaraming checkpoint, ang hirap lumabas. And you made banking convenient, no, by allowing even the unbanked, even those who have no bank accounts, can transact or can receive money. And then we've been talking about cybersecurity and cyber threats and how to protect yourself against the cyber attacks. But there's a ngayon yung bagong cyber protection which they call the bank grade security. So is this the ultimate solution against cyber threats?
Diba? So when you say bank grade security, no, so going back to ano po ba yung mga tinatawag nating mga global standards pagdating sa ano ba yung mga ina-adapt, and dahil po sa importansya ng pera, alam naman po natin sa lahat po siguro ng industriya, sa bangko po pinaka-sensitive po yan dahil it really revolves around money, right? So sa ano po, sa mga bangko, we are not only are we mandated, right, by our regulator, the BSP, to make sure that we adopt the latest cybersecurity standards which are adopted by global companies around the world. And yun po yung i-implement namin dito sa bangko namin, right? So kasama na po dyan yung mga technology which allows us to block, prevent, mga tinatawag po nating mga denial of service, mga tinatawag po nating mga malicious software, mga virus, right? At para po maproteksyonan yung mga banking system natin. Right? Isa rin po sa mga technology na in-employ po natin para po to make sure that transactions remain safe is yung pag-adapt po na tinatawag natin ng multi-factor authentication. Yung multi-factor authentication po tinatawag natin or kilala po sa ibang term na one-time password, tinatawag din po siya na iba na biometrics, generated code, or verification code. Siya po yung type ng password na na-generate lang po or lumalabas kapag kailangan mo lang. Hindi po siya tulad nung nakasanayan po natin na password na you have to remember every time and you rarely change it. Yung iba nga po, iba po talagang regular, very diligent pa sila magpalit every 3 or 6 months ang kanilang mga password. A one-time password po, validity po niya, usually 5 minutes lang. As short as 30 seconds to 5 minutes. Ang purpose po niya, it's a additional layer, kaya po siya tinawag ng multi-factor. It's an additional layer of making sure that your transactions are only assigned to you and you alone. So yun po, in combination po yan with a lot of these global technologies and practices, the bank adopts, right? The bank adopts as we see, as the threats evolve, right? And then we also again go back to educating our customers regularly as we employ more technology. Babalik po tayo doon sa shared responsibility, ensuring that our customers are constantly updated on what the bank is doing, right? And what kinds of measures we are putting in place. And then going back to the customer, ano po ba yung mga kailangan gawin ng customer para malaman din po nila, Union pala, bank pala gumagamit ng mayroon kaming tinatawag na one-time password na pwede mong gamitin via SMS or pwede ka rin gumamit nito via in-app. So within the app mismo, nag-generate ka na ng one-time password.
So there are several layers of protection to prevent these attacks or cyber threats from stealing your money, your hard-earned money.
Yes.
So what are the things that people should be aware of in doing online transactions, especially when the money is involved?
Oh, that's a very good question. And this is, I think, ito yung pinaka important, right? So number one, I think before you click. Yan yung pinaka-importante. A lot of the victims, nabibiktima po ng mga online scams or nabibiktima po ng mga phishing, yung mga account takeover. Nangyayari po siya habang nagmamadali po or there is anxiety triggered. Ang mga phishing emails po, ito pong mga fraudulent voice calls or SMS, ang ginagawa po nila, tinitrigger po nila yung anxiety mo, pinagmamadali ka po nila. Minsan po nakakatch yung mga tao, minsan late siguro sila sa opisina, nasa kalagitnaan ng meeting, makakakuha sila ng email na malalak daw yung account ko, masasara yung bank account ko. So sa kakamadali, kaka-check, hindi po nila alam, nabibigay na po pala nila yung mga credentials nila, yung username password sa mga cyber criminals, at ayun po, doon na po sila nananakawan, right? So think before you click, look at the email address. Don't just look po at the two. Di ba po pag nakita natin yung email, kung ano yung galing email, buksan nyo po yung from na yun, tignan nyo po yung buong email address. Right? Pati po yung website address kung saan po kayo pumupunta. Watch out nyo po yung mga misspelling, mga wrong spelling dun sa website name. Sa Union Bank po, online.unionbankph.com ang aming lehitimong website para sa aming online banking solution. Pag may mga variation po, tulad ng naligaw lang yung period, iba yung spelling ng letter A, na iba po yung nagkaroon ng double P, hindi po sa bangko yun. Palagi niyo pong i-watch out yung mga ganung types of transactions. Iba pa po namin pinapayo. So, for example, for those who are using their credit cards naman outside, isa pong practical na tip, pwede niyo pong takpan ng tape at saka lagyan niyo po ng signature yung likod ng credit card niyo, yung CVV. Para po masiguro niyo na hindi napipicturean yung credit card niyo. Madalas po narinig po namin na reklamo, paano nakuha yung credit card number ko? So karaniwan po ganun pinipicturean yung credit card. Pwede niyo rin po siyang burahin kung matalas naman po ang inyong memorya para people cannot take picture of your CVV. Remember, the CVV is the 3-digit code at the back of your credit card, right? So another tip that we can give, right? Madami pong mga mga contact tracing, mga sites kung saan po kailangan magbigay ng personal information, specifically your email address at saka your mobile number. Sa email address po, gumamit po kayo ng iba-ibang email address para po sa different purposes that you need, right? So for example, for your online banking, huwag nyo pong gagamitin yung online banking nyo, email na ginagamit nyo, the same with your personal use and for your social media use. Use a dedicated email for your online banking. Bakit? Para hindi po kayo nakaka-receive ng mga phishing mail, at even if maka-receive po kayo, alam nyo po kung paano nyo siya iti-treat. Hindi-delete nyo lang po siya kaagad. Right? Huwag nyo po paghahaluin ang mga email addresses. And lastly, huwag po kayong gagamit ng pare-parehong password. Huwag niyo pong gagamitin na pareho yung password niyo sa banking niyo with your other online accounts. Nakakita na po kami ng mga nabibiktima. Isa lang po yung nabiktima sa kanila. Iba po, nahack lang yung Facebook nila. Nahack na po lahat sa kanila, pati yung email address nila, pati po yung online banking nila. Just because they're using the same password for all of their online accounts, right? So, para po sa mga ganyan, you can safely use what we call a password manager, where you can safely store all of your passwords. Or alternatively, para po dun sa mga, again, it's another technology solution para po dun sa mga medyo old school pa po, or tinatawag natin na prefers to use the pen and paper method. If you're going to write your credentials, right, make sure that it's stored in a vault or in a place that only you can access and never leave it in a public place.
Tsaka siguro, dagdagan natin yung paggagawa ka ng password, wag yung birthday mo, yung birthday ng anak mo.
Yung birthday ng mga, birthday ng mga anak, ng aso.
Nakikita sa sa mga information na binibigay mo na lang, dami-dami mga tracing apps.
Tama po yun. Maganda na mention yun, no? Kasi minsan pa po yung iba pa po, nilalagyan lang nila sa dulo kung anong buwan. Kung January 01, gagawin lang po yung variation, hindi po nagbabago. So ingatan po natin yung mga ganung types of passwords kasi nahuhulaan po. Yung mga games po sa Facebook, mga sumasali mga tao, what is the name of your first dog? Yung mga ganyan. Doon
Huli na sila ron. So, do you think online banking and e-wallets are changing the traditional banking experience of the Philippines? Lalo ngayon, diba, ang dami-dami mga e-wallets, and there's one e-wallet na nag-digital ngayon, diba, nag-digital banking. So, do you think eventually these digital wallets can be competing against the banking industry?
I think yung ecosystem po of wallet and digital banking, they really work together, and it really provides, again, superior convenience and customer experience to a lot of Filipinos. So sa mga ibang bansa nga po, gamit na po talaga nila dominantly mobile app na lang po sila lahat mag-transact, wala na pong nagka-cash sa kanila. So yes, this will remain to be persistent, and I think as we continuously increase the presence of mga Filipinos who are on digital banking and e-wallets, they will remain very helpful in pushing towards a modern, highly resilient, and a very progressive economy for us, right? The money will keep on going around the economy. It will help. It will help us ultimately. It will create more. I think mag-create pa siya ng more. It will create more businesses, right? It will allow more SMEs to prosper and progress, and really allow for basically a better business economy, sound economy for our country.
Yeah, lalong-lalo, diba 98% of our industries are MSMEs eh. So yung transaction ng e-wallet napakabilis dahil napakalaki dahil sa mostly MSME transactions yung online transactions natin eh, naman yung bibili ka sa Facebook online, mga bahay lang dati, 'di ba? Household lang ngayon, isa lang medyo medium size o small scale na negosyo. So what do you think should be the further interventions to avoid cyber crimes?
Well, I think we'll start off with We'll start off with education, right? So we've seen initiatives across the private industry already for the younger generations to be educated in cybersecurity and privacy, right? So hopefully we'll see a lot more from the Department of Education, for example, in pushing education, right? Awareness, creating maybe it became formally a subject to to the younger generations, right? Those who are in elementary right now, they be taught on how to take care of their privacy, right? Learn how to spot fraudulent websites, fake websites, right? And learn how to better protect themselves online. In reality po, napakadami pa po talagang cyber crimes sa Pilipinas. Ito na po yung mga nakikita natin kasi pera involved. But in reality, there's a lot more that is happening. Nandiyan pa po yung mga kaso ng mga exploitation. Nandiyan pa po yung mga kaso ng mga what they call that, gambling online, which can remain to be a problem if not addressed, right, or mitigated. So ensuring that we educate the younger generation into cybersecurity, right? We can see better awareness, right, and protection moving forward, right? Another po that is not really helping in preventing cybercrime is yung prepaid mobile po. Right now, the prepaid, a lot of 100% of crimes are committed using prepaid mobile numbers. There's no identity attached to it. Right? So when there's no identity attached to a prepaid mobile number, it really emboldens the cyber criminals to continuously conduct their activities. Right? So we have seen already in the Senate that a bill is already being passed to mandate prepaid mobile registration. Right? This is one of those steps which hopefully kapag na-push siya and all of our kababayan together with the national ID, in combination with the national ID, will deter ultimately the fraudsters, kasi po may pangalan na naka-associate and when there's already a name associated with it, hopefully it will reduce yung mga boldness ng mga criminal para gawin itong mga types ng mga crime na to, right? So continuous education and really ensuring that there is identity behind the prepaid mobile. The internet will continuously remain to be a challenge throughout because of its very anonymous nature, right? May mga virtual private networks po, may mga basically the internet is a very big space which won't really stop cyber criminals from existing, but at least dun po sa mga kaya nating kontrolin, such as the prepaid mobile number and education and awareness, we can reduce, right, yung mga crimes po cyber crimes here in our country.
Last question na, sir, bago kita pakawalan. How do you see technology and cybersecurity in the Philippines over the next 10 years?
Well, maganda yung that's a very good question. And you see yung as we technology will not stop evolving, right? Over the next 10 years, we'll see yung mga tinatawag po nating mga wearables, yung mga watch, right? In the US, for example, nandiyan na po siya. Pag pumunta ka sa department store or sa grocery, pwede ka na magbayad just pointing your watch in the POS machine and it automatically pays. Nakalink na lahat ng banking solutions mo in your everything that you wear, right? Sa tinatawag po nating Internet of Things, right? Pag meron kang kailangan sa refrigerator mo, automatically nire-register na niya lahat ng things that you need to purchase, right? If you need to purchase online, naka-ready na yung mga what you call this, your grocery list, right? Essential items that you need to procure, they will just arrive at your doorstep, and that's what we're seeing over time. It's what we call embedded banking. Right? It will be all over the place. It will be more pervasive, and we'll see further integration between banking and a lot of other industries. Right? We'll see more integration between the telecommunication sector, right, the content sector, yung mga nag-generate po ng mga streaming, right, mga media streaming, and then banking over time and e-commerce. Mag-merge po, we'll see the merger of a lot of these transactions, providing a more seamless experience to a lot of our customers, right? Hopefully, in the same span of time, right, the generation now who are still studying, right, or still not yet performing mobile transactions will be more equipped, right? Yung mga kababayan naman po natin na who are still trying to, mga digital migrants as we call them, who are still trying to catch up with the pace of technology will be more up to date, hopefully, and we'll see better and more secure, cyber secure Filipinos over that time. Of course, cyber crimes will also change and adapt to the different nature, but with awareness, hopefully, will create better digital experience over that period of time.
We always just have to be one step ahead of these criminal minds. Anyway, so thank you very much, Sir Joey. No, thank you very much. It has been a very informative discussion with you. But for this segment naman, we will play a very short game which we call Would You Rather. So we will give you some questions. Then you will answer it. Kung ano yung gusto mong ano. The first that comes to your mind. So, would you rather go back in time or see the future?
I'd rather see the future.
Of course. Would you rather listen to music or watch movies?
Listen to music.
Mm-hmm. Would you rather go to the beach swimming or mountain hiking?
Oh, beach swimming.
Mm-hmm. Would you rather drink wine or coffee?
Would you rather what?
Would you rather drink wine or coffee?
Coffee. Coffee person.
Would you rather hang out with a politician or a celebrity?
Celebrity.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Would you rather take a photo of the sunrise or the sunset?
Sunset.
Mm-hmm. What's the last mobile app that you check before you go into bed?
Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Sir Joey. You've been a very good sport, and thank you very much again for sharing us your time and sharing your inputs or the ideas about cybersecurity and how the public can protect themselves from these attacks. And if you have a short message to our viewers, we'll give you the floor.
Maraming salamat din, Komfie, for giving us the time and opportunity to educate and talk about Union Bank. No? So, to everyone, right? I hope you continuously enjoy our Union Bank online and all our online banking solutions. But at the same time, we hopefully through these kinds of opportunities, we're able to educate and inform our customers and all of the Filipinos that we can reach out to. Right? There are people who take advantage, right, of people who are not yet aware of cyber crimes in cyberspace. So let's make sure that keep ourselves up to date, aware, right? Always look at our online transactions. Think before you click, right? Type it, don't click it, right? And always stay safe online. Always remember, security starts with you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sir Joey Rufo, Chief Security Officer of Union Bank. Thank you very much for sharing us your time today, insight and your ideas on how to protect ourselves against cyber threats and cyber attacks. Watch Straight Talk every Tuesday at 10 a.m. on Daily Tribune's official Facebook page and on Tribune Now on YouTube for the replay of the latest edition. Mga katribu, 11 days na lang to go before Christmas. I am Komfie Manalo, and this has been Straight Talk. Thank you very much.